Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Let me introduce to you something I'm going to do for the next few weeks. It's called a row along. So what I'm going to do is introduce you to a new block that can be used in a strip so that you can add row by row. This will be an excellent stash buster and also a skill builder for some of the beginner quilters. So first of all, what I've done is I've actually taken some batting. You don't have to do this. This is just part of how I'm designing things. And I've trimmed it to 8.5 inches. I've drawn the center lines and then the outline to where the block will trim. And I use this for playing around with different ideas to see what I come up with. Okay, so what I've decided is I had a bunch of HSTs and they were in various states of trimming. Like this one here would be a good one to use. And what I've done is I've trimmed them all down to 2.5 inches. So what we'll do is we're going to use 2 different sizes of fabric to do this one block. We're going to use, this is each block, and I'm planning on doing 5 across. So mine will be a net size of 40 inches, and then I will be adding a border afterwards. So what I'll do is I'll take 4 of what we call the potato chips, which are 2.5 by 4.5, and they'll be going this way. So 1/4 inch seam. These need to be trimmed up, but just use it for demo. And then what I've got is I've got an assortment of HSTs. I got a lot of these from a friend who had done something and these were extras, so I decided to use them here. So what I decided to do is I'm going to have a row of HSTs all facing this way in the black and white, and then I've got a mixture of other colors which I'm going to place this way. So they go like this. Yes, there will be some seams, and it'll be a good chance to practice getting those perfect points. So this is what the block's going to look like. Each one is going to be different. The only thing that will be the same in each one is having the black and white HSTs. I also considered taking a bunch of 1.5 inch and joining them together and adding them as another row going like this. And I thought that would look really neat instead of the potato chips, but doing it this way is very labor intensive, and because my attention span isn't huge, I knew I would be challenged trying to get these done. But I'm also giving it as an option to you if you want to, and what you would have to do is then put a solid or a mixture fabric going down the center to join them together, or you can narrow up your block and do it that way as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make these blocks, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So again, each one will contain 8 2.5 inch untrimmed HSTs and 4 what I call potato chips, which are 2.5 by 8.5. And then I'll make the 5 blocks and I'll join them together. If you need me to explain the HST process, I can certainly do that. Briefly, if I've got an odd size one, we have to be careful because we are working on different biases, but sometimes I end up with odd size offcuts, and I make them into HSTs. So I've got this great 3.5 inch ruler that is one of my favorites, and I like to lay it down from corner to with this 45-degree right on the center seam, and then from that I can decide what size block I can actually go with. On this one I can't quite get a 3 inch, but I can get my 2.5. So what I would do is I would trim here and here, and then I would turn it around, line this up to where it was previously trimmed, and then I would do here and here. So that's a good way to use up odd fabric as well. So let me go ahead and do the demonstration block and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've string pieced this side together, which means I didn't break the thread in between each section that I added. That's an easy way to stop them from being flipped away the wrong way. So next I'll add the other side, and we can either have them going all the same direction, or you can also do it so they face the other way, like that. So it's totally up to you what you would like to do. I personally am going to have them all facing the same way. That's how I designed it, and that's the look I'm going for. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have this other side joined together. I don't know if you noticed in the last segment, I had some of them flipped the wrong way. I always have a problem with angles, so I really have to pay attention to that. So now with the pressing, I don't know whether you are a press one direction or whether you press seams open, but if you're able to alternate them, then we can take advantage of nesting, which will help us get some really good points. So this is where our points are going to come in. So when we're going through, we want to be able to sew it so that we see this side of the fabric facing up as it's going through the machine, which I don't know if you could see it here. It'd be right there. That's intersection we're trying to hit. So what I'll do is I will actually cut these apart now. Because I'm taping this, I know which one goes in what order. I will press these. I will put them into pairs and then I will join them together. So once I'm done that, I'll be right back. Okay, so here's block one all done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press these seams here open when I'm all done. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make the other ones and then join them together, and I'll let you see what it looks like. So I got my 5 blocks put together. I'll quickly show them to you. As you can see, I've kept all the black and white HSTs on the upper and a mixture of colors on the bottom. So my intended layout is to go end to end like this, so that the black are all going in the same direction. And in doing so, that will make it 40 inches. So I kind of like that. It's probably what I'm going with. You can also turn them and have them going like that, which gives it a neat secondary pattern there. You can also alternate and have maybe some going down like this. And again, you're getting an alternating look that happens with the black. Or if you just want to use it as a big block, you can also turn them like this. Actually, let's do it so they spin. You would use one less block to do it this way. So again, keeping the black all the way out like that. So that would make a 16-inch block once it's finished. So again, I'm trying to be flexible here. I'm calling this row 1 because I will be doing end to end to make a quilt. You can certainly use these in another way, so I encourage you to give this pattern a try. So this is row 1 in my row along. I hope you join me for the whole series. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment. Remember to share and like as well. And until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day. Bye for now.